All right. So red hot housing market begins to cool. This article is from Housing Wire. Though the demand for homes remains strong across the United States in August, there are clear signs that the housing market is past its peak. A report from the residential brokerage Redfin found out that the pending sales across 400 metro areas were up 6% year over year in the 4 weeks that ended September 5th. Still, 69,563 homes went under contract, represented a 9% decrease from the high point set in May. All right, so this is one of those like, oh, it's terrible. Still 6% up over year, but it's down compared to May. The decrease in pending sales is just one indicator of the softening of the competitiveness of the housing market. The number of homes with the accepted offer within 2 weeks on the market fell 9 percentage points from 2021 peak set in March. All right, more homes were listed this summer. This is a quote from Mar. And Taylor Marr is the lead economist for Redfin. More homes were listed this summer, but they were quickly snatched up by home buyers as bidding wars have become more and more rare, which leads us into the next article. Bidding wars reach its lowest level. This one is on Realtor Magazine. Okay. Bidding wars reach their lowest level this year. Competition for homes on the market is lessening, which could provide an opening for buyers who have been losing out amid this year's bidding wars. Dan, just real quick, have you seen a massive decrease in bidding wars in your area?
Yeah, it's down. It's down quite a bit. I actually would call it massive. It's still bidding wars, but like I sent an article because we had last week off, and I sent an article, and I've been doing this for 10 years, and I don't really. It's been rare that I haven't had to compete. Does that make sense? Like where it was easier.
Been in a competitive market until everyone started fleeing California.
Yes, and now it's hard. You can't even sell a house anymore. There's no one left in California to buy it.
All right, so
mass exodus. But I've always had to kind of compete. I've always had other offers, other interest, depending listings. I've always had multiple parties interested. Now it hasn't been as hot and as crazy as it's been in the last year and a half. But there's always been some sort of competition, so I don't really know because I've, when I really first started working, it was 2012, and then 2013 was just so weird. And then it kind of settled for a little bit, I guess, and then started heating back up in 2017 for us here. So I don't really know like a down market, it was before I started, obviously the crash, and then things just settled or sat for a while. So I don't really know that kind of market where it's, if you market a house property, just a normal market. I don't really know a normal market, but as long as you market, it's still there. When things do cool off, you'll still have to market a home the right way to get it sold, but it'll still sell as long as you're doing your job. Does that make sense?
Nah. You mean you could have a competitive advantage in the future with listings? Still sellers continue to have the upper hand. The number of listings on the market is increasing, but remains low compared with buyer demand. 50% of homes sold above their list price during the 4 weeks ending September 5th, according to Redfin. 89% of homes sold in July were on the market for less than a month, according to the National Association of Realtors.
I think that's
89% of homes sold in July. Guys, that's like the thing that you should put on your Instagram stories today. 89% of homes sold in July were on the market for less than a month. That's huge.
Yeah, that's the cooling I see. All the numbers in the 6% less and 17% higher than a year ago. I don't go by any of that. I kind of go by how long are these things lasting on the market and where's our inventory at? And I think right now we're at 2.6 months of inventory nationally. And it's just cooling. There's just less of something happening. But easier for buyers to get into home now, I would say yes. But it's still, you have to go in strong. There's still no appraisal contingency. There's still less inspections and all that stuff.
So it looks like the rest of the market is a little bit behind ours. I've been saying for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now that, hey, instead of 20 or 30 offers, we're getting 5 or 6. Those 5 or 6 are really good.
Right.
There's a quote in here from Nicole Dege, a Redfin real estate professional in Orlando. She says that sellers are still pricing their homes very high, but lots of buyers have had enough and are no longer willing to pay the huge premiums that they were 6 months ago. Instead of 25 to 30 offers on turnkey homes, we're seeing 5 to 7. Yeah, if you misprice a property in our market, you're still going to see a ton of offers, and you could be leaving some money on the table, honestly, in those situations. It's better priced at the right price than it is too low or too high, which for some reason, everybody like 2 months ago was doing that on their Instagram stories, but hey, whatever, on their reels. I guess it was a conference or something.
Yeah, some brokerage said to do this thing. Some coach, some real estate coach said to try this.